Hi there, Phillip Van Hooser here, and welcome to beautiful, sunny West Kentucky. Now, it is a little cool, but I couldn't stand being inside any longer, and I'm betting that maybe you're getting that feeling as well. For some of you, like me, you've been doing your social distancing and you've isolated yourself, maybe even been quarantined to one degree or another, and you may be getting a little bit of cabin fever. You may be thinking, I have got to get outside. I have got to get with people again. Well, let me give you a lesson that I learned about 11 years ago. In January of 2009, Kentucky, right here where I'm sitting, was hit with the worst ice storm in the state's history. It was devastating. I won't go into all the facts and details. You can look those up if you're interested. But let me simply say to you, living out in the country, we were without power for 16 straight days. Not only that, it was cold. There was snow on the ground. It was a bad time. After about the third or fourth day, I experienced something I had never experienced before and have never experienced since: depression. Depression. I don't think it was clinical depression. I know that's a medical term that I'm not well versed enough in to describe here, but I can tell you that I was depressed in my spirit, depressed in my attitude. It would get dark early. We had no electricity. It was almost a hopeless feeling. And I remember at that particular moment in time getting a telephone call from someone that I went to church with, an elderly lady. And she called me and she said, "Phil, I'm depressed. Are you?" And I said, "Yes, I am." She said, "Good, let's go do something about it." And the next thing I knew, she had arranged a group, which I became a part of, to help feed utility workers from all over the United States who had come to Kentucky to serve us. I'm going to tell you something. It was one of the most enlightening experiences I can ever remember. First of all, every day I had something to go do. I was able to interact with these people. I was able to feed them. I was able to encourage them. I was able to thank them. And not only did they appreciate my efforts, and not just mine, of course, but the group that I was serving with, not only did they appreciate our efforts, but we felt better about ourselves. Now, obviously, we're not in a situation right now where we can rush out and start to embrace people and start to serve people face to face within that 6 foot or so barrier. But that doesn't mean that we can't acknowledge people for who they are, what they mean to us right now. Do your work, do something productive during the day, but then when you're sitting around in the afternoon, in the evening, when you otherwise might be out socializing, might be out having dinner, how about trying a couple of these things? Pick up a telephone and call someone who maybe is even more isolated than you. An older person, someone that has not been feeling well, maybe a family member, certainly do that, but maybe just a friend, maybe a casual neighbor. How about this? Pick up a notepad and start writing some notes to past clients or customers or friends or people who have made a difference in your life. How about doing this? How about starting a journal about what you're feeling and experiencing in these particular days, and therefore not lose the lessons that can be learned? You know, leadership, from my perspective, my definition has always been this: leadership is not position. It's not a title that we have or an office that we occupy. Leadership is the ability to offer service, to do something for someone else, and the willingness to take action. Many of us have the best intentions to offer service, but we don't take action, or maybe sometimes we take action without thinking about how it might serve others. But at this point in time, when we have some time to think and some time to act, maybe we can offer service for someone else that will make us feel better in the process. Yeah, I know I normally talk about leadership techniques and tips that are specific to the business world, but sometimes when we're in isolation, when we have some time to reflect, some time to think, some time to process, and some time to act, maybe sometimes those are the simplest times that we can do the most important things. I hope this helps. See ya.